The hardest part about grief is learning to live after your loss. Welcome to my journey. And thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Life After Loss, and my journey through grief. And today I wanted to start out with something that is very close to my heart and what is keeping me surviving through the loss of Aiden. So now it's been about 3 years since I lost Aiden, and the best way I can tell everyone that I'm surviving grief is faith. And my journey through faith has been crazy, but I know how important it is to keep God first in your life and in everything that you do. And when you do that, God makes promises to you that can never be taken away or interfered with. So when Aiden was here with me, I always prayed a lot. I prayed for understanding. I prayed for wisdom. But when Aiden was in his last days, my prayers became different. They were more intense. I wanted understanding. I wanted, anything that could help me save Aiden. And people thought because Aiden passed away that my prayers weren't answered. But I also prayed when I was asking God to save Aiden to give us peace if he wasn't going to save Aiden. So if he was going to take Aiden home, I just wanted to love him. I wanted to hold him. I didn't want to hear my son scream anymore or see any more pain. And God did that. He did that for me, and he gave me and Aiden that time. And that's the beginning of, I really knew that there's something special that we all have if you just open up that connection with God and let him take control of your life. And, for me, I've done that. I've surrendered my life to God, and there's so many beautiful things that I see now. And no matter how much chaos is around me, God always surrounds me. So, when Aiden passed away, I got an email from somebody, and the email told me all these things about Aiden and about things this person could have never possibly knew. And that was God's way of letting me know that Aiden was okay, Aiden was safe, and that God was going to be with me along this journey. And there's something bigger than what we go through every day here on earth. And to have that understanding and know that one day when I get to heaven, I will be able to be Aiden's mom again. I will get to hug him and kiss him and raise him. And those are the things that I hold on to. And God makes all kinds of promises to us that if we continue his work and we follow in his footsteps, that he will always protect us. And having that faith has helped me through everything that I've gone through. So going through this issues with, a divorce and with the court system and the corruption, and as much as I feel like the world is crashing down on me, I have so much faith that there's a bigger plan to this than me. I don't know how I got stuck in the middle of such hate and corruption, when all I've done is pour my heart out into my community and love people. But I know God has a plan. I know God has a reason. And, just like Aiden, I was blessed to be Aiden's mom. I am so taken back that God feels like I have the strength to keep doing his work. And it's not just his work through Aiden's Army of Angels and, being a great daughter or being a good role model for people around me or a good leader to people who work with me. It's about giving so much faith to God that you don't worry anymore, and you don't have any more fear. And I find the closer my journey comes to God, the crazier the devil's been in my life. And, I think Jamaica was a crazy trip for me because when I first got there, it was just so hard. It was so hard. And then once, I hit my knees several times to pray and understand what I was feeling and why I'm so angry and hurt, and to then be engulfed in the beauty that I saw in Jamaica, in the love and the togetherness and the families. And it was God's way of showing me, in this world of darkness, in this world of all these things going wrong, look how beautiful things I create are. Look how beautiful different parts of the world are. There's still so much beauty. And there's beauty in the kids that I help, and there's beauty in the life and the potential that I'm going to be able to have, because with every horrible situation, there's a point where it will pass. And I have no idea when that point is going to pass for me. But I know that, with faith, that I'm no longer going to wait for things to pass. I'm just going to start living. And I'm going to keep loving people. I'm going to keep helping people. And I am going to keep God first in my life and in everything that I do. And that's how I'm surviving loss. And that's how I keep a relationship with Aiden, is understanding that there is a world after this. And Aiden doesn't have to be part of this ugliness anymore. He doesn't have to be part of the corruption and the chaos. And he is in the most beautiful place. And if it looks anything like Jamaica, I'm so jealous of him, because it felt like a little piece of heaven on earth. And I hope that me sharing how I feel and how my faith in God and his plan for me, and that I never doubt him. Taking Aiden, it was part of his plan, but giving him to me was the biggest blessing I've ever had in my life, even if it only lasted 3 years. And to then, not be able to save him, but to be put in a position where now I help hundreds of families. These are all blessings. This is all God's work. And I can't help but be overwhelmed by how grateful I am that God loves me and he protects me. And no matter what's going on around me, I'm always going to be okay, because it's God's plan. And, I hope that me sharing my testimony of faith with you guys today helps other moms who have maybe turned their back on God after the loss of their child, or, the crazy things that are happening. There's one mom who lost her son in the CPS, and I just can't imagine to have your child somewhere and you can get them and you can't have them because of the things people are doing wrong in this world. And I couldn't imagine, I love Aiden, and I love him more every day. And to know that I can never go back and get him, that our time on earth here is done. And to know there's a mom who has her kid here and there's nobody willing to help her get him back is heart-wrenching for me. And it makes me think, out of all the grief that I've gone through, all the pain and all the lies and corruption, that people are still fighting bigger battles than me. And I want to spend my time helping those families that are fighting childhood cancer and sickle cell, and are at the point in their life where they feel like the whole world is crashing down on them. I want to be able to help them through that. And I was that mom. I was there. I was, I spent the days in the hospital. I cried with my son. I begged God to let me keep him. And everything I went through only built my faith. It only made me stronger. All the situations that I'm going through, it's taken people out of my life that didn't deserve to be there. And it's made me stronger. I'm smarter, and I'm 100 times closer to God than I've ever been. And that's how it will remain. And I will keep building my faith. And I hope you guys continue to watch my journey and be inspired to continue to fight, continue to seek a journey with the Lord. And that's how I'm surviving grief. And that's how I still find joy in the memories of my son and how much happiness he brought to my soul. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be a short episode, but I hope you all keep faith, keep God first, and I'll see you guys next time through my journey through loss.